Back in the 80s and 90s, people wanted horror movie icons Freddy Krueger and Jason Voorhees to duke it out in the ultimate fantasy matchup. So much so that a movie was made many years later. Well, forget about Freddy. Because I found a far more interesting opponent for everyone's favorite hockey mask wearing psycho. The one and only Lara Croft. Why, I hear you ask? Well, Lara is without question one of the most iconic badasses ever, and Jason has never dealt with anyone even remotely like her. Likewise, Lara has never taken on anyone as tough and scary as Jason. And these two actually have more in common than you may think. There are 12 Tomb Raider games, and there are 12 Jason movies. Jason was once locked inside a cryogenic chamber, and Lara locks her butler inside a freezer. They have both survived sinking ships, and they have both taken Manhattan. And Winston rhymes with Jason. I think I've made my case here. So why are these two fighting? Let's say Lara has traveled to Crystal Lake to find an ancient Native American artifact at the bottom of it that supposedly holds mysterious powers. That would also explain why Jason is immortal. Lara and Jason will duel in 7 different categories for points to determine an overall winner. There will be no ties, a winner will be crowned. The unstoppable force meets the immovable object. It's the dual pistols versus the machete. It's the versus the. It's Lara versus Jason. Let's first look at the strength of our two combatants. Listen, Lara Croft is by no means a weakling.
I feel stronger now.
We are talking about someone who can push and pull solid blocks of rock here. However, Jason Voorhees is Jason Voorhees. A forest-dwelling undead brute with inhuman strength, capable of swinging people like they were golf clubs, punching hearts out of chests, and knocking heads straight off of shoulders. No matter how strong Lara is, and she is incredibly strong, there's just no way she would survive if Jason managed to get his hands on her. Jason grabs the first point. In order for Jason to get his hands on Lara, however, he first needs to catch her, and I struggle to see that happening. Lara's not only very fast, she's an acrobat who's capable of keeping even wolves and tigers at bay with her flips. Jason walks everywhere. Sure, he kinda jogs in the early movies, but that would not be enough to catch Lara friggin' Croft. He's impressively stealthy for someone his size though, and I'm not entirely convinced he's not able to teleport, so that could give him the edge. But Lara can be stealthy too when she needs to be, and she's always alert, so Lara snags her first point. In a grueling battle between two equals, it might very well come down to wits, and let's be honest, Jason ain't got any. There's pretty much nothing inside that big unusually shaped head of his besides not so fresh water. Lara, on the other hand, is a multilingual genius who's not only a history buff, but also a resourceful badass who can adapt to any type of adversity she faces. And you know what they say about the fittest. In all fairness to Jason, however, he is capable of strategically trapping victims, so he's not completely brain dead. Still, Lara definitely takes this point. Lara is a one-woman army capable of carrying a weapon for every type of situation in her seemingly magical backpack. Jason, on the other hand, usually just carries his big old machete around with him, but he's not afraid of using corkscrews, meat cleavers, or whatever else he finds lying around either. He's quite resourceful, actually. Lara's weapons will undoubtedly hurt Jason, but I've yet to see firearms do life-threatening harm to him. In terms of killing him, Lara's weapons are basically useless. Okay, her grenade launcher might do the trick, but I'm afraid his weapon of choice would do the trick first. It's another point for Jason. Both Lara and Jason are incredibly resilient bullet sponges who can endure lots and lots and lots of physical abuse. However, Lara does have a health bar. Eventually, she will die. Jason is immortal. Even when he dies, he comes back, and even when he really dies, he comes back. And even when he really dies, he comes back. There is just no way Lara could win a point in a toughness category when she's up against an immortal being, even if she herself came back from death one time. Unfair, but that's how it goes. The world's toughest mama's boy gets the point here. A very important factor to consider in this battle is the will to succeed. I honestly don't know what drives Jason. In the beginning, I suppose avenging his mother's death was his motivation, but it's been so long and he's died several times himself since then, so I'm not sure even he knows why he's killing people. He just is. Lara, on the other hand, is incredibly driven and always gets what she wants, and if she's got her eyes on a new artifact to hang above her fireplace, she'll get it. Also, Lara will be fighting for her life in this battle. I'm not sure Jason even understands the concept of mortality. And he's technically dead, so how is he supposed to put his heart into it? Lara takes this point. In order to truly determine what our two combatants can do, we should take a look at their body of work, so to speak. Jason's an unstoppable killing machine, so it's no surprise that he's racked up an impressive body count of 160-something throughout the years. Lara, however, already exceeds that number by the halfway point of Tomb Raider 2. And that's if we only count her human kills. You see, Jason doesn't kill animals. No matter how you tally the kills, Jason's body count is downright embarrassing compared to Lara's. Even more so when you consider the fact that Lara's victims are highly skilled and dangerous, whereas Jason? He mostly just kills teenagers and the occasional village idiot. A massive point for Lara here, who out-mass murders the ultimate mass murderer. I don't know if I should be impressed or appalled. With 4 points to Jason's 3, Lara wins this battle and is the ultimate final go. There is no question that Jason would win a close combat encounter with his superior strength, weapons, and immortality, but Lara's simply too fast and smart to ever let that happen. Driven by her will to avoid an unlucky Friday the 13th, Lara draws on her superior experience to trap Jason and once again confine him to his watery grave. For the time being. Let me know what you think would happen if Lara Croft ever decided to go on a trek to Camp Crystal Lake, or if Jason Voorhees somehow found his way to Croft Manor. As always, thank you so much for watching. Take care.